They use a lot of resources to keep this lie going. Talking about this global warming scam. Now we got Ocasio Cortez coming out talking about it. She said the world gonna end in 12 years unless the government takes action.
And I think that the part of it that is generational is that millennials and people and Gen Z and all these folks that come after us are looking up, and we're like, the world is going to end in 12 years if we don't address climate change. And your biggest issue is your biggest issue is how are we going to pay for it? And this is the war. This is our World War II.
Proven track record. These little in the world predictions. The science is supposed to be settled. Listen now. We're supposed to be listening to the 97% of scientists who agree. And that's misleading because those 97% come from a United Nations panel. And then United Nations can't even be trusted because they bias. They in on this whole agenda. So what's really going on here? Well, she's talking about the world going to end in 12 years and it ain't going to happen. Will we remember when she said the world was going to end in 12 years? And she's going to say, oh, well, it wasn't just me. The United Nations said it. United Nations said we have 12 years to limit climate change catastrophe. So, okay, United Nations said, but we don't trust United Nations like that. Jokers be lying. Y'all don't remember. Look, I'm going to show you. Ben Shapiro, them ain't going to do this. And matter of fact, before I even go on to that, understand they got so many resources being used to prop up this lie. Again, I think I said that already, but flat earth is being used to prop up the global warming lie. You see, flat earthers pretend to be, we believe the Bible we believe in. We get it. We get flat earth from Bible, and when people talk science, we don't believe that either. And it's to make the people talking about global warming seem like reasonable people, and to make anybody else who oppose it look like retard flat earthers. But the flat earthers ain't nothing but COINTELPRO. So you can't use that. But see, it's misleading yet again. But let's look at these predictions, because Ocasio Cortez makes this prediction, and it's just like history. History has shown us that they've done this before, and they've been wrong so many times. Matter of fact, too many times. So many times that you should never believe them ever again. Because if the science was settled, it shouldn't be this way.
In 2015, we've still failed to address the climate problem.
We're going to see more floods, more droughts, more wildfires.
Flames cover hundreds of square miles.
We expect more intense hurricanes.
Well, how warm is it going to get? How much will sea level rise? We don't really know where the end is.
Temperatures have hit dangerous levels.
Agricultural production is dropping because temperatures are rising.
There's about 1 billion people who are malnourished. That number just continually grows.
It's June 8th, 2015. 1 carton of milk is $12.99.
Gas has reached over $9 a gallon.
I'm scared right now, but I have to get this out.
All right, let's listen to the Harvard biologist. He said the civilization will end within 15 or 30 years unless immediate action is taken against problems facing mankind. Okay, well, population will inevitably and completely outstrip whatever small increases in food supplies we make. Quote continues, the death rate will increase until at least 100 to 200 million people per year will be starving to death during the next 10 years. They said that in 1970. Did that happen? Did the 100 to 200 million people per year starve to death? No, it didn't happen. But the science is settled, right? So you did the test. The results of the test showed you this was going to happen, and it didn't happen. Scamming little trick. We continue. Most of the people who are going to die in the greatest cataclysm in the history of man have already been born. All right, this was in 1969. Let's keep it going. By 1975, some experts feel, okay, experts now, that mean they know more than all of us, feel that food shortages will have escalated the present level of world hunger and starvation into famines of unbelievable proportions. Unbelievable, key word, because I don't believe it. Other experts, more optimistic, think the ultimate food population collision will not occur until the decade of the 1980s. Well, dang. Didn't happen then either. Huh. All right, so let's keep it going. 1970. Earth Day issue of the Progressive, assuring the readers, key right there, that between 1980 and 1989, some 4 billion people, including 65 million Americans, would perish in the Great Die-Off. I could stop right there. Does anybody remember the Great Die-Off? This is supposed to be history right now. They said it. That's supposed to be the be-all, end-all to everything. Just like Ocasio Cortez said, in 12 years, the world gonna end if we don't do something about climate change. What happened? That didn't happen either. But I'm gonna keep on going. Quote, "It is already too late to avoid mass starvation." Well, dang. It's too late already? Well, I think we're doing all right, Joker. Demographers agree, almost unanimously, on the following grim timetable. Ooh, pay attention, y'all. By 1975, widespread famines will begin in India. Ooh. These will spread by 1990 to include all of India, Pakistan, China, and the Near East, Africa. By the year 2000, or conceivably sooner, South and Central America will exist under famine conditions. By the year 2000, 30 years from now, the entire world, with the exception of Western Europe, North America, and Australia, will be in famine. Did that happen? Is that happening? No. We're going to keep it going. January 1970. Scientists, keyword, have solid experimental and theoretical evidence to support the following predictions. Underline all of that right there. Because those people in 1970 were bombarded with this bullcrap. And that is from Life magazine. One more time. Scientists have solid experimental and theoretical evidence to support the following predictions. In a decade, urban dwellers will have to wear gas masks to survive air pollution. By 1985, air pollution will have reduced the amount of sunlight reaching Earth by 1/2. So if you hear that, you go, dang, by 1/2. Well, how do we stop it? Money. Time magazine. At the present rate of nitrogen buildup, it's only a matter of time before light will be filtered out of the atmosphere and none of our land will be usable. Are we using the land? Anybody? Does anybody know if we're still using the land? I think we're still using the land. May 1970. May have substantially reduced the life expectancy of people born since 1945. Americans born since 1946 now had a life expectancy of only 49 years. And he predicted that if current patterns continued, this expectancy would reach 42 years by 1980, when it might level out. So Joker talking about climate change is going to make the life expectancy go to 42 years. And we look now, it's about 78 years. But the science is settled though. What kind of science is this? What kind of trash is this? Wait a minute, keep it going. Ecologist Kenneth Watt. By the year 2000, if present trends continue, we will be using up crude oil at such a rate that there won't be any more crude oil. You will drive up to the pump and say, "Fill her up, buddy." And he'll say, "I'm very sorry. There isn't any." Well, dang, ain't that scary? ain't no more oil, ain't no more crude oil, then what we gonna do? But we know that's a lie. Year 2000 been gone. Let's look at the secretary of the Smithsonian Institute. We listen to that, right? They supposed to be smart and all that. They supposed to know more than us. Believes that in 25 years, somewhere between 75 and 80% of all the species of living animals will be extinct. Wow. You see how dramatic that is? And none of that is true. It's the same crap. Same thing Ocasio Cortez is doing. We need to remember this. We need to understand this. And when I say we need to remember this, I'm talking about not just the people on the right. I'm talking about the people on the left. Redsilverj, all I gotta say.